Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Raya, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. Do we have so much to get into today? All of the Diddy stuff, what's going on? We'll get into it. But before then, I'm in a new studio today. I'm a bit nervy. I have to say I'm a bit nervy. But that's okay. We're going to roll with the punches. I'm testing some things out. I'm liking it. I would love to hear your feedback. Not also this mic being so far away from me, but apparently you can hear. And I love that because I'm so loud. Anyways, announcements. Be sure that you guys are rating, subscribe, follow anywhere you get podcasts, Coffee Meets Vodka on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify, and for Android, anywhere else you get podcasts. I had a brain fart. Anyways, be sure to follow me on social at coffee.meets.vodka, TikTok and Instagram. I post a lot of good stuff on there. Well, I think. And if you guys want to be a guest, feel free to fill out the link in the show notes on the link tree. Go to the guest form, fill it out. I'm always looking for different types of guests, people to talk to, people to chat, people to shoot the shit. So I really love that for me. And that's about all I have for you. So, okay. Oh my God, I'm like so nervous. Are you going to cut that? Okay. Okay. I'm just going to go off the top of the dome. Here's the thing. Diddy has been some things have come out with his 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Now, they were saying allegedly that it was laced with something. We don't know what, but it's like forget-me-not drugs. I don't know what that means, but it's also giving the movie Blink Twice with Zoe Kravitz. She just directed her first movie. I have yet to see it. I want to see it. But apparently in the movie, they do something with the perfume. They spray the girls with perfume, and the girls forget literally everything. So I personally, this is just my opinion. I'm just thinking, why would you need 1,000 bottles of baby oil? My thing is that you need it for if you're in the pool and you want to bake and crisp, or if you want to moisturize your skin, or if you want to do massages, things like that. So it's laced, and therefore I'm a doctor now, and therefore it's getting absorbed by the skin, and then you forget, right? I don't know. This is just alleged. I'm just thinking. And then, so he used to have these parties allegedly called freak-offs, which I think is such a crazy name. It's kind of giving I don't know what it's giving, but it just makes me think of that song, Is Anybody Gonna Match My Freak? And I feel like we can't even say that anymore because now it's giving a sensitive topic. Now, I don't know that I was personally a victim of these freak-off parties. And I don't even want to use the word victim. But I don't think I was invited to one of these freak-off parties. But going back to my earlier LA days of going to Diddy's house, why the fuck was I there? Nobody questioned it. And I just, I've been getting text messages all week and DMs, and just, I've had these thoughts for years, literally what was the purpose of me being there? And not to make it about me, but I do feel it's spiritual warfare. I don't feel like I was in the personal best spot. Therefore, it's kind of giving target. I don't know, but therefore it's also giving go with the flow, free spirit. This is what dreams are made of. I'm not sure. But if you don't know the story is I met this guy at a club, and he invites me and my friend to G-Eazy's birthday party, the following 2 days later over Memorial Weekend in 2017, I think. And we ended up going to G-Eazy's birthday party in Malibu, where Drake's dad was there. I do have a photo of him. Lil Dicky was there. There was a lot of celebrities there. There was also strippers. There was a lot of things going on. I blacked out drunk at drag brunch at Hamburger Mary's earlier that day. So I was not drinking. I took a nap and I ate In-N-Out and I was awake and alert and was not going to miss any party. That was back before I was 30 and I would rather stay in bed. Well, now, okay. So then after the party, we go to, G-Eazy's like, oh, are we going to go to Uncle's house or Uncle Puff or whatever the fuck? And I'm like overhearing and I'm listening and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, am I gonna go to P. Diddy's house? And like, that's kind of surreal. Like before you even know about like anything, I mean, like he's pretty A-list. He's obviously huge in the game because here we are now. But anyways, long story short, I go to the house that was raided. And literally the backyard, I'm like, oh my God, like I was in that backyard. It's so eerie. And I have to say, like, yes, I don't want to front on the fact that like it was weird. Like, sure, it was cool, like being there, but I feel like above all, I was like, why the fuck was I there? Like, nobody was questioning why I came with G-Eazy. G-Eazy doesn't even know me. Like, why was I there at Diddy's house? And a part of me was like, was it a test? I don't know. But there was weird people there. There was like no one famous there other than G-Eazy and Diddy. Like I said before, his son and his son's friend were being the bartenders, and how he has said recently about how alcohol of like all flavors and shades and colors and whatever, that was true. There was so much alcohol. And mind you, it was Ciroc. There was like Ciroc alcohol just like up there. And I didn't drink because something inside me was like, do not drink. Like, don't drink anything here. And I don't know if it's my paranoia or, you know, I watched too much Lifetime, but I did not do that. And I went home at 2 a.m. There was really nothing to report other than I did talk to him. And I will say, obviously he's famous for a reason. Like, he's very charismatic. He's very like, he was very hosty. And anyways, nothing literally came of it. And I went home. We couldn't have phones. I was petrified that I was like going to get arrested. So like I literally turned off my phone like a good person or whatever. And like, but I didn't see anything shady. And come to find out, these parties that he's having, come to find out, I don't know if this is one of those that like where it starts, it's like giving tests, it's giving like introductory. I have no idea, but nothing happened to me. Thank God, seriously, because I got like an eerie feeling. And this is around the time he was dating. This is around the time he was dating Cassie. And I was like, where the hell's Cassie? Like, why is Cassie not here? And, you know, all the things came out about her with the domestic violence, and they settled their lawsuit very quick within 24, 48 hours, I want to say, with the $30 million lawsuit. So that being said, all of this stuff coming out and Kim Porter's book, I want to get into it because Kim Porter, well, she passed away allegedly from pneumonia, who knows? But there has been like a ghostwriter or some situation about some book that she was writing that she threatened him to say like, you know, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, like I'm going to publish a book. And then magically she disappeared. Well, she passed away. She didn't disappear, but she passed away. And I watched this like 4 or 5 part series on it on TikTok. And again, it is all alleged because it wasn't necessarily her writing. Allegedly, it's like somebody else, or we don't really know who wrote it. But there are things in there in the book saying that, you know, she witnessed a lot, that Diddy really pursued her. And she was like, no, I'm not interested. And I'm, you know, dating somebody else. And they break up. And a year later, her and Diddy finally get together. He was like a good stepdad or father figure to her older son, Quincy. So she was like, okay, like maybe I'll give this guy a chance, blah, 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 blah. So they had, I want to say they had like 2 or 3 kids together. They had like twins and then another son, I think. But she alleges in this book that there was, you know, some threesomes that she was left out of. There was a lot of male-on-male interaction. There was, you know, it's like deep-seated. There's a lot of celebrities that are implicated as well, Jay-Z being one of them. And again, this is all alleged. But, you know, I think it's so interesting. And also all the stuff saying, you know, like he was like blackmailing. Oh my God, not the Utah accent coming out. I'm not even from Utah, but I was, you know, watching Salt Lake City last night, which we'll get into, and blackmailing is giving Salt Lake City. He was blackmailing other celebrities such as like Justin Bieber allegedly, and like Aaron Carter. They're saying Aaron Carter unfortunately like passed away due to like the abuse and everything that he suffered under Diddy's direction. And it's just really like dark stuff. It makes you think of like if Hollywood's getting away with this, like what else are they getting away with? And I also feel like this can't possibly be a cover for the aliens, because it's just like send in the aliens. You know what I mean? Like there's got to be some really, really, really dark stuff, which I have to say, like kind of one of the reasons why I left LA and like quote Hollywood. I mean, you know, I was never in Hollywood, but you know what I mean. That it was around the time of like the Me Too movement came about. And I just was like, whoa, this is like really dark. This is like a lot more than I thought I was even signing up for. And I just feel like there's kind of like more to life than, you know, pursuing this dream. Like I found myself, I found what I needed to find, I saw what I needed to see, and I'm okay with it. And so that was part of the reason why I left LA, I mean, amongst other things, but like that was just like kind of the other ones. Like I was like, okay, I'm like kind of done. And then it just kind of makes you think like, it just, at what expense is it okay for your, you know, that are you going to sacrifice your dreams? Like all of these rappers, and then in the book, and Kim Porter's book, she alleges that he hired a $1 million hit on Tupac. And Kim and Tupac were dating kind of off and on, same as like Diddy off and on. And I don't know why they had like the beef, but then he ordered I think a hit on B.I.G. as well, because he was trying to leave Bad Boy Records, and there was like actually no beef between them. That's what this TikTok is alleging, and that the beef is like fake, and like they were trying to get away from their partnership. And Puff was like, oh, not Puff. What is this, the 90s? Diddy was like, no, like that's not going to happen. And it's giving mobster. Like it's really scary. And I don't think that we're ever going to figure out who exactly is involved. Just like we're not going to find out who was involved with the Epstein stuff. We never got that Epstein list. We never knew who was like on the manifest to like the planes and things like that. But I just think what's crazy is I'm pretty sure on the article that I read, which is like so buried in other articles now, that the racketeering was like the most charge like that he got, which I think is crazy. I think he was only going to get like 10 years for sex trafficking, and like racketeering was life in prison. What? Like, I swear to God, the government like doesn't like play with their money, and like okay, but like 10 years for sex trafficking, like that's it? It's giving life. Like, anyways, I'm anxious to see what's going to come out about this, because R. Kelly went down, Harvey Weinstein went down, now Diddy's going down. And I don't know if this was also like an AI song that I saw this morning, or if it was like a real song. I didn't listen to like the full new Eminem album, so I don't know if it was on there or if it was like an AI song, but it was an Eminem diss track, like, and talking about like how P. Diddy is sexually assaults people. And I don't know, it's like the industry, Cat Williams, justice for Aubrey O'Day. She's been trying to tell us for years, and everybody kind of wrote her off as crazy. She was like, you will see eventually, you will see eventually. And she waited damn near 20 years for this shit to come to life. I don't know. I feel like I did not do a good job on that. Oh, also, I saw this. I don't know if this is true, but apparently 50 Cent is doing is sold a documentary to Netflix. I put fact check in my notes because I don't know if it's true or not. I only saw this on like one article blurb, but apparently he had been doing a documentary on P. Diddy for the last 10 years, and he allegedly just sold it to Netflix. So I'm interested to see that. And you know what? I have heard so many good things about 50 Cent lately. And I really love that he's on the right side of history, you know? And he will always be Fofty in my eyes. And I really love that. Oh, okay. He what? Netflix did buy it? Okay, so confirmed Netflix did buy 50 Cent's 10-year documentary that he's been following P. Diddy about. So I'm anxious to see that. That's going to be so good. I don't know. I mean, I know you guys came here to like talk about it, but I feel like there's a lot of like information and I'm like so overwhelmed by it. And it's going to take me a while to kind of dissect stuff and get my thoughts together. But I just can't even believe that, you know, we're kind of living in this time of like, I don't want to say like the fourth wall breaking, but it's like, you know, cracks in our foundation of like childhood and like the music industry and like the entertainment industry as we know has like been cracking, and like all of these things with all of these celebrities and politicians is just so intertwined. And people really at the end of the day just have too much power. And it's terrifying. And it makes me feel like, what are they covering up? You know, it is election year, not to say that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but it is election year. And I don't know, it makes you think. And it also makes you think that maybe the aliens aren't as bad as it seems. You know what I mean? Okay, I don't think I did a good recap on that, but we're moving on. Okay, this is kind of funny, not funny, whatever. Big Ed of 90 Day Fiance, he was engaged and not engaged this morning. He put out a statement, a video saying, we rushed it, I just met her, and we were engaged, and now she thinks, you know, it's like a little too soon, and I broke it off with her. Okay, girl, whatever. So he was engaged over the weekend and now he's not. I want to talk about, I feel like this episode is going to be a little dark, so I'm going to try to sprinkle it in with some fun stuff. I don't know. Over the weekend, I was binging the Menendez brothers. Did I stutter? The Menendez brothers. Anyways, that new season for the anthology of monsters by Ryan Murphy. You know, I have some thoughts on this. Acting, superb. But I feel like they're making Lyle a little more amped than he is in his normal life. Like, I feel like he's super, super angry. Like, it's so drastic compared to Eric, who's being like a little more like in his victimhood, I would say. And I don't know if that was like, I assume that was like a choice, like a director's choice or whatever. But it's not entirely accurate, which is fine. It's dramatized. But I don't know if I'm like a huge fan of it in terms of like accurately portraying like what happened. You know what I mean? Although I did see some side-by-side scenes that they were kind of verbatim, like with them in court and things like that, it was verbatim in the Netflix show, how it was on or in real life. Now, so the actors, Cooper Koch, I think his name is, he plays Eric, like literally Emmy worthy with his monologue for the scene where he talks about the abuse and describes it to his lawyer. Both, actually, I think it's like really great acting. I think a lot of them should be up for Emmys, but I don't know. Here's my thing. I feel like if there was evidence of them, you know, not being able, or like having the abuse, or like recording the abuse, or having some sort of like evidence, I feel like they wouldn't be in jail. And I personally think And I feel like I've gone back and forth on this. Did they do it? Did they not? I mean, did they do it or did they do it because of the abuse? I don't know. I mean, but then at the same time, I've seen all these shows and documentaries and like the abuse is like very, like they say the same thing over and over and it's very detailed. I don't know who could just make something up like that unless they're literally psychopaths. But at the same time, do I think they were like spoiled rich kids? Yeah. And I do think that they like did get disinherited or thought that that was like, like an option. And I think they like, it's just like narcissism. Like they just like freaked out and like killed their parents. And we never got really like a reason why. And I guess the reason why was because like Lyle was abused and then, the dad started abusing it, Eric. But I don't know. I would like to know what you guys think about the Menendez case because I've watched every single documentary on it and it has been a while. So the Ryan Murphy biopic is like the most recent one that I saw. But I don't know. I feel like I go back and forth. And also not Kim Kardashian visiting them this weekend in jail doing like the Innocence Project or like whatever. Is she still doing the law school? Because I thought she couldn't pass the bar. She took it like twice, quote, the baby bar, and she like couldn't pass. Not to say I could pass. I'm not shitting on her. I'm just saying, are you a lawyer yet, girl? Like what's going on? So, I mean, I think it does make sense actually for one of the Kardashians to go to be like a lawyer. Now, I don't think Kim, I would say Courtney or Rob, to be honest with you. But Kim is a Libra, and Libras love justice. So I don't know, because their dad was, a lawyer and like represented OJ. And here's the thing too that I didn't realize that, what's his name? What's his name? That Johnny Cochran, but who's the dream team? Hold on. Robert Shapiro. Yeah. Robert Shapiro got fired from the Menendez case. The family like fired him because he was like, I don't believe that they're innocent and neither will the jury. Honestly, stand on business, Robert Shapiro, because but then how you gonna defend OJ? I mean, come on. It's like, fuck, I want to like you, but like, it's so hard sometimes. But the family hired Robert Shapiro to represent the Menendez brothers, but he was like, I'm not repping them because they don't listen. And I honestly don't believe that they didn't do it. And I didn't realize that they got found out from the psychiatrist that they confessed everything to. So, I don't know. I personally think they should stay in jail. Like, I mean, it was premeditated as fuck, and there was a lot of gunshots there. But I would like to hear you chime in. And some Salt Lake City news. Apparently, Taylor Freaky Paul and Dakota broke up. TBD, it's gone back and forth all weekend, but apparently they say that they're working on things and they're trying to co-parent, but they're not together right now, but it's complicated. I don't know what that means, but girl, call me when you guys break up because that guy has crazy eyes. I can't get over it. And by the way, that was the best show on TV. And speaking of another good show on TV, Salt Lake City is bringing it. Can we talk about the premiere? I just watched it last night and, which I know I'm late, but whatever. There was a couple of new girls, Bronwyn, Brittany, was that her name, Brittany? Mary Cosby, Hate You, Get You Off My Screen. Who else was there? I think those are the only two new girls maybe that we were introduced to. They were fighting. They were fighting so hard over bath bombs. And Whitney and Lisa were fighting over Whitney being a liar or something. I don't know. Talking about like how Lisa, because Whitney went on Nick Viall's podcast to say that Lisa was a villain and that she thinks that, she's a liar and all of these things, which I do think is kind of crazy because like, hello, we're all going to listen to the podcast. But I guess you need a storyline and the healing journey isn't enough for you. I'm not sure. I personally love Whitney and I love all of the girls on Salt Lake City except for Mary. It's very, I literally will never like Mary. I don't care. I need to know why you why your church is a cult. I need to know why you fucked your step granddad. I need to know like all of these things. And now you guys are getting a divorce. It better be coming out this season or get off my fucking screen. But Whitney and Lisa were fighting over the things that Whitney said on Nick Viall's podcast due to, her just saying that Lisa's like the villain and like blah, 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 blah. And she's not like authentic, which I don't think that's true. I don't know who the villain is in Salt Lake City. Well, it's Jen Shaw, but she's also locked up. And also Monica Garcia, but she's gone. So they were fighting at Lisa's Galentine's Besos event ad for Vita Tequila. And I really love that for them. They all came in like an attire. Bronwyn came in this crazy heart-shaped jacket, this fur coat that apparently only Rihanna has, someone else, and then it's in like the Louvre or whatever, or the Louvre, whatever it's called. And so she came in that, and then her and Mary got offended because the new girl Brittany went over to talk to them, and she called their outfits costumes, and Mary goes, "This isn't a costume, this is fashion." And then honestly, I kind of like Brittany because she like clocked them. She said some shit that I would say. Mary was like, "Oh, I have a whole room dedicated to like clothes." She goes, "Oh, so you're a hoarder." Call it like I see it. I don't know. It's like giving hoarder vibes. So that happened. And then Whitney and Meredith were talking and they were fighting over bath bombs. I'm so sick of Meredith's ass. I will say, I don't dislike Meredith. I don't really think that she adds anything to the show with like her neck. She's like, "Whitney, I have the bath bombs." Like, I don't really get her angle. I don't know what she does for business. I know she has like a jewelry line, but she doesn't really talk about it. And then she's like mad at Whitney because Whitney has a jewelry line and then she's now selling bath bombs and bath products. And Meredith thinks it's 100% a copycat and that it's an attack on her and her business, which I think is also crazy. I don't think like Whitney's doing that. I don't know. That's just me. But I really like Whitney. So I don't really know that she can do any wrong in my eyes. But you know who is so wishy-washy is fucking Heather Gay. She is so wishy-washy. Like every time that I think she's going to say something, she like says like the opposite of like what I'm saying or like thinking. And I'm like, stand up for yourself, stand up for your friends. I feel like she has like no loyalty. Like I really do. I love Heather. She's retweeted me. Okay, don't come for me. Oh, sorry. But I just think that like she was coming for Whitney, but then she was like, "That's my friend. My friend is leaving." Yeah, she's going to leave. Like you weren't on her side. So like, and I understand being about in the middle, but I just don't really know what the fight was about, honestly, at the dinner table at the Galentine's event, other than screaming, which by the way, the camera panned out to Whitney and Whitney's friend like leaving. And the musicians that were supposed to be playing music were laughing and dying in the corner because they were like, "What the fuck just happened? Like, why are these white ladies screaming?" Like, that's literally, I'm sure, what they were thinking about. I do have to say, though, I don't know what it was about, but it was great TV. It was pretty good. It was a great season opener. They are 5 for 5 with like really just fire seasons, fire premieres, and fire finales. And you know, my friend said the other day, he was like, if anybody hasn't ever got into Real Housewives, like I would recommend them watch Salt Lake City. And I was like, that's crazy. Why would you recommend them to watch Salt Lake City? And he was like, "No, it's so good. It's like a good medium, like a good intro. Like there's drama. It like keeps up. Like they have chemistry." I'm actually starting to agree with that. I think it's a great franchise. It's definitely not elite like, you know, New York, Jersey, or OC. Those are in a league of their own. But I do think it's a great franchise if you want to like get into Real Housewives. I think it's like a good start. I really feel like I'm not saying anything. Is anybody like curious as to why the 23andMe people quit? Like all of the executives just up and quit. And I think that's crazy. Also, they have my DNA as well as Ancestry.com has my DNA. So really, like, I'm a twofer. I'm a twofer. And literally 2 places have my spit just locked up somewhere. I don't like that. I don't like that I did that. But also, you know, our social security got hacked. They have our face ID. They have our fingerprints. My car is a fingerprint, for God's sakes. The computer is a fingerprint. I mean, it's all water under the bridge. But I do think something about, somebody was saying that all these 23andMe executives quit due to like the Diddy case. I don't know. That's just alleged. That's just what I heard. So I don't know. But that's kind of crazy. Hayden Panettiere did an interview recently about kind of like her life update, I believe, and like where she is now and yada, yada, yada. And she did not look sober. And I know that she's had addiction issues in the past, whether that be, I think it was drinking. She was definitely slurring her words, poor girl. And she was definitely a little like puffy and like her eyes were droopy. And she was talking about her daughter and like her daughter was in this play. She was like, that's my girl. But I think the bigger issue is going back to like child stars. Like they need to be protected. Raven-Symoné has done a lot of like outward, I don't know that she's done like physical, I will say Raven-Symoné has spoken a lot up about child stars and children and how they need to be protected. And she brought up a good point about how, you know, you can't just CGI a child in. I mean, truly, like we could do that these days because I just don't think like, you know, children fully understand like what they're doing. And then the parents, you have like greedy parents, kind of like Aaron Carter and things like that, about, you know, just not really setting their children up for success. So unfortunately, Hayden Panettiere has been on this journey of like sobriety, I believe, kind of off and on. And I know that she was also, I think she's divorced now. And I don't think her and her husband ended very well. I want to say, and don't quote me, I want to say there was some DV, but I might be wrong about that. But I just hope that she's getting the help that she needs. And like, you know, I think she's a great actress. Speaking of great actresses making a comeback, and I want her to make a comeback, but you know who's having such a moment? Lindsay Lohan. I'm obsessed. Her face, amazing. Plastic surgery on point, like acting on point. She's in a bunch of Hallmark movie, or not Hallmark, Christmas Netflix movies coming up. I love the 2 that she put out last year. And she's doing Freaky Friday 2 with Jamie Lee Curtis. Like she's back, baby. Like we are so back. And I'm so excited for that. But I just really hope that Hayden Panettiere gets the help that she needs because it's kind of crazy. Okay, Margot Robbie is supposed to be directing this Sims movie, which I'm super excited about. One thing about me, I fucking love Sims. During COVID, it reignited my love for Sims, and I swear to God, it's an addiction. Like when I was younger, I would play for hours on end. During COVID, I remember one time I like got on my computer at like, I don't know, 8 or 9 a.m. Babe, I did not even get up to take a piss. I literally sat on the computer all fucking day playing. My dog didn't eat, didn't go outside. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. I got lost in the Sims world. I'm not proud of it. And at that moment, I said, I'm going to hang up the Sims for now. And I haven't touched it since. But I do love playing Sims. And I literally, they cannot disappoint us. We need the Simlish. We need the baby, burning that famous meme of like the baby on fire and the, while the mom is on the computer. I just love that. And I think Margot Robbie directing it, I think will be like really good. I think she's directing it. Is she acting in it? I think she's directing in it. So that would be good. Okay, I'm running out of time here, and this is going to be a short episode. T.I and Tiny just won a $17.9 million lawsuit against the LOL dolls / Oh My God dolls. And I want to see what that is about. So let's read that in real time. T.I and Tiny Harris win did I say 17? I'm dyslexic. $71 million lawsuit against a toy company. Justice was served. This is from Us Weekly. A toy company was found to have violated their intellectual property. The couple was awarded $17.9 million in real damages and $53.6 million in punitive damages during a jury verdict Monday, September 23rd in Santa Ana, California courtroom. Oh my God. T.I and Tiny's lawyer successfully argued that MGA Entertainment, the makers of the popular LOL Surprise miniature dolls, infringed upon their likeness and trade dress of their girl group, Oh My God Girls, and misappropriated the Atlanta band's name for O.M.G. line of toys. Oh. T.I and Tiny formed the Oh My God Girls in 2009 as a star vehicle for their daughter, Zanique Star Pullins, who is one third of the band, along Baja Beauty Rodriguez and Brianna Baby Doll Womack. I think justice was served, and I think it's a testament to the relentless and resilience of my wife and daughter and nieces, T.I told Rolling Stone on Monday after the verdict was delivered. Wow, honestly, I'm kind of into that. I love that for them. I think I used to watch their show. Didn't they have a show on like VH1 or something? I used to watch it. Okay, well, I'm out of time. This is a short episode. Sorry it was so chaotic, but what's new, and that's the life over here at CMV. But I would like your guys' feedback on like any of the stories that I talked about. Diddy, Menendez brothers. I want to hear your feedback and I want to hear your thoughts. So slide in the DMs. Follow me at coffee.meets.vodka. Follow me on YouTube at Coffee Meets Vodka, and anywhere you get podcasts on Spotify, Apple, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.